What's up, Inner Circle? Welcome to another episode of The Short and Spicy, or The Short and the Spicy.
Short and the Spicy. Katie Bird, how has your week been?
Oh. Y'all, I work in public education. It's been a long week.
Long week.
It's okay. I'm gonna survive it. It's just a busy time of year.
And you're doing an incredible job. I got a tiny taste last weekend as I was given a Sharpie and a stack of 520 pieces of paper to draw a line through, to just edit them for you. Just a small moment of help. And I thought, oh no. This is an astronomical task, and I am just the one drawing the line.
Yeah. Well, because I am responsible for 500 juniors, and junior year is a very difficult time academically, and planning for post-secondary life.
Stress,
and more stress. And so I try to help them by making sure that they have all of their stuff all together in a packet for them, which does require me going through every single one of them, of their information and transcripts and all the things. But it works out. I mean, it's working out really well because when I see them in the classroom and I take them their stuff, like, they are looking at it and asking questions.
Yes.
They definitely appreciate it. But it did suck away my soul a little bit to do it.
But it did. I believe the text was, I've lost my will to live. No, not will to live.
No.
Will
to do this job.
to do this job. And on a Friday, that is how it is sometimes.
Yeah, on a Friday for sure. And then, so my week is already busy all the time because I'm in classrooms all day long. I'm not available for, emergencies unless it's a dire emergency, and then I have to leave, and it's a whole thing.
Sure. So
then at the end of the day, all of this stuff just shows up on my desk that I missed because I've been in the classrooms interacting with kids.
Yeah.
And so it was Thursday afternoon, I think. I got back to my office, and it's time for me to leave, so I'm packing up my stuff. And my secretary, who's there, is like, here.
Here.
Sorry.
Oops.
And so I did have to call DCS at 3:45 in the afternoon.
5 minutes after you're supposed to be gone.
Yeah,
but also just calling DCS in the first place sucks.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's probably might be called CPS if you're not in the state that we're in, but we call it DCS here. Department of Child Services.
Taking care of these kids.
Yes, and anytime you have to call them, they act like you're the dumbest person who's ever lived.
Yeah.
They're like, do you have their health insurance information? I'm like, no. I'm not their parent.
I'm a school staff member. I don't have that.
Their name, their address, and what happened to them.
I'm also a mandated reporter. I don't have their health insurance information, but that's what you're trying to explain to these folks.
Yes, I'm like, can you just get this child medical attention? That is what I want for you to do.
This is why we need this podcast on the weekends.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we're doing the Lord's work throughout the week.
Drink a strawberry lemonade White Claw at 1:30.
Exactly. Day drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all, this is, and some might say this is the short and the spicy. It is the after dark version of the Smut Club, but no, it is still daylight. It's 1 o'clock.
It is raining, so
yeah,
could say it's darkish. The vibe is dark.
The vibe is dark. The vibe is dark. Our souls are dark. We're ready to roll. Yeah, this weekend is a special weekend that we're recording. This is a big one.
It's a big one.
We have things going down. It will be a momentous.
This will be like a time capsule because when you listen to it, the big event will have already happened and you will know what happened at the event. But us sitting here, we have no idea what is going to happen.
We have no idea. But we have many thoughts.
We have so many thoughts.
We have many feelings.
We are recording Saturday morning before the Super Bowl, the Swiftie Bowl.
We still have hope in our hearts.
Yes. The joy is still there.
It's going to be fine if they lose.
If Taylor is upset, I will not be fine.
She said you will also be sad. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to... Yeah, we've got some football trauma, you and I both.
Yes.
Growing up here. I've just learned to guard my heart around football. Leading up to a game, just guard your heart.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You have no idea. And, I mean, by now you all know that we live in an SEC town. We have an SEC team, a big one here. And we have been hurt.
Our hearts have been broken.
We have been hurt many, many times throughout our lives. And once a program that was prosperous and amazing and has fallen from grace.
Early in our lifetimes. And then just across our lifespans has
just gotten worse and worse.
Plummeted.
We're on the upswing.
This is our year.
This is our year.
Yeah.
We're on
brick
the
by
upswing.
brick, baby. We're the champions of life.
Champions. Brick by
You know the
brick.
championships that really matter.
The championships of life.
Oh, yes. Y'all can figure this out so easily. But
yeah,
it's that. So I think I'm bringing in some of that energy to the Super Bowl. But if I just focus on the Swiftie element alone,
oh, that's the fun part.
I am absolutely stoked.
Yes, I know. I was telling you all that I mean, my Twitter serves me all Taylor Swift content it could possibly find, and so many Swifties who are new to the football world, which I love because like
it's so beautiful.
If you don't grow up in a town like this where you're not surrounded by football at all times, like our culture is centered around it. You can't go anywhere on a weekend and not have like the game playing. Everyone's wearing our team's colors. Like it's ingrained in the culture here.
It's a really meaningful, fun way to.
So football is not. We're not strangers to football here.
Yeah.
But Swifties who are like, I don't know anything about football, and they're like, I can't believe I care about the Kansas City fucking Chiefs.
Of all the teams.
Like, I'm going to be upset about the Kansas City fucking Chiefs.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you serious?
This was not on my...
I don't even know where Kansas City is.
Yeah, one of our friends was like, I've been there. There's nothing.
It's flat.
It's flat. Yeah, somebody... I'm looking forward to an increase, actually, especially if the Chiefs win. I'm looking forward to an increase in passive-aggressive comments about all of my Chiefs gear.
Let's go.
Yes, but it was a Brad, Dad, and a Chad,
all
apparently, at the Target checkout as I was getting a whole bunch of stuff for the party that we're hosting.
A Swiftie party.
The Swiftie party. And I had on the Chiefs sweatshirt, the red one that Taylor wore. She's worn a few red, but this is like, I think the
vintage one that
Chiefs sweatshirt. And she, but anyway, super cute. I was so happy. I was wearing it at the Target, that French store. I am a boomer. But I was letting this guy go in front of me. I was like, hey, like he had 2 young kids hanging off the shopping cart. I'm like, you go on ahead. I'm just living it up. And
she's got podcasts in her ears.
Yeah, I was thriving. I was so happy. And I think he could sense that. I think he could sense the joy, my girlhood wonder, my.
How dare?
Exactly. I think he could sense like that.
How dare a woman?
A woman
exists
feeling joy,
wearing a red sweatshirt.
Yeah, the audacity. So it offended him, and on the behalf of his sons, he needed to really pass on the legacy of the patriarchy and just really...
Men do be doing that.
It was really helpful. I really appreciated it, and it did not make me infuriatingly turn as red as my sweatshirt. But so I'm used to trash talk. I have lived in towns, not this town, and
in rival towns.
I've lived in rival towns, and so I'm used to some trash talk. I know what I'm doing when I go out in like a rival gear, but this was unexpected because he was like, "Oh wait, is that a cheap sweatshirt? Oh, never mind." But then, because he told me to go ahead, so then I'm like, "Well, do you want to go ahead of me?" Like it was so disconcerting.
Like, what's wrong with being like, "Thanks"?
Yeah,
and then saying nothing else.
But it was so, it was so, and I mean, benefit of the doubt. I think it was truly just like, oh, Chiefs.
Yeah.
But
I've gotten like
it was weird.
I've gotten a mix. I saw a TikTok Friday morning before I went to work. That was from this lovely Chiefs fan. He was like, "Hey Swifties, just so you know, on Fridays we wear red before the game."
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he was like, "I just want to make sure that you all know, and this is like the biggest game of the year, so please put your red on. Like we're wearing red."
Adorable.
And I was like, I appreciate that. Like as someone who's not in Kansas
inclusion.
City, I don't know what the rules are. So I was like, I'll wear my Chiefs sweatshirt to work. And normally the rule is we're supposed to wear our school colors on Fridays. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Fire me?
Let me tell you, they're really not. They gave you a goddamn trophy. They're not gonna fire you.
Goddamn trophy.
Goddamn trophy.
Yeah, so I roll up to work in my Karma is the guy in the Chiefs sweatshirt, and I got many an eye roll from a lot of the male staff in the building.
They're fun. Like,
I'm like, am I hurting you personally?
is this offensive?
Do I hurt your feelings? So normal.
Does this make you uncomfortable?
I just smile and wave at them.
Yeah.
Hi. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah. And as the personality hire in the office.
Oh yes, certainly not hired for your competence. Your overcompetence at everything. But no, yeah, you are the personality hire too.
So people find it easy to poke fun at me, especially for Taylor Swift stuff, because as I'm the office Swiftie, though now I do have an ally. My friend just got hired as our career counselor.
That's helpful.
Yes, she's amazing.
But you really are the only. You really are the only Swiftie?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now me and my friend S. So it is my job to inform my office of any, or they think that it is my job to hear their grievances of Taylor Swift. They think that I can pass along a message to her.
So they need to air their grievances
They're
to
like,
you.
here are the things that I don't like. Maybe you could let her know.
You're the container.
I'm like, yeah, let me just call her and let her know that you don't like her.
Also, it gets a little personally, because that's what that guy was doing to me.
Yes, it does. It's like, this is something that you know that I like, and it's like at this point a part of my personality, and you're just making fun of it.
It would be one thing if it was a genuine question, like, "Hey, what album should I start with?" Or like, I don't know, something cute. But
or like, if you want to know, like, why is she re-recording? I'm happy to tell you why she's re-recording
let's talk
her
about
albums.
it. Like, and I imagine you're so lovely to folks who are asking questions, but airing grievances.
Yeah. So, I had one moment of, I think.
Was this when you were crouching behind the?
Well, that was in there. So there was,
crouching.
There was an airing of grievances, and then some more work put on my plate, and then a crouching behind the fridge kind of moment.
We can all relate. We're like, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta curl up into a ball where no one can see
helps.
you. It does.
It helps.
So I walk by the conference room where they have just finished the counselor's meeting that I missed because I was in a classroom.
Sure.
And I hear them call my name. Hey, Katie. I'm like, what's up? So I turn around and then they notice, oh, she's wearing a Chiefs sweatshirt. Were you a Chiefs fan before? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, I wasn't not a Chiefs fan. Like, yeah. I'm just here for a good time. Like, we're throwing a Swiftie party. Who cares?
Karma is the guy on the Chiefs.
And then our testing coordinator was like, let me ask you a question. And
let's fucking go.
Yeah. She was
Test
like,
me.
What did you think of her speech at the Grammys? And I said, which one? Because she won 2.
She won twice.
She was like, the one where she announced her album. And I was like, oh, it was great. Loved it. Cool. It's really exciting for me to watch the woman I love on the television screen announce a brand new music. It's really great.
That was nice. What do you want me to say?
Yeah. And she was like, well, it just seems weird. Like, the Grammys doesn't seem like a place to announce your new album. And I was like, the Recording Academy, like, the biggest night in music is not the place to announce new music.
Also,
it is not for the benefit of anyone in that room that she's announcing that album.
Yeah.
Most people in that room probably already fucking know.
Yes, exactly.
That was not for them. That's for us. That's what she does for us.
It's for her. That's how she got there.
Yes.
They don't vote just based on some random, like, this is because of the popularity of her work. The Swifties are the ones who are yes, she is loyal to her fans. This is also not the first time she's done it.
Yeah, she did it at the VMAs for Midnights.
Exactly. She's done it before.
Yeah.
And so it's not unprecedented. It's not strange. Also, though, I imagine that was not an independent thought. There are articles and tweets and everything going on right now about exactly that. Of like, this was not the place to announce that. And so what irritates me is they're just echoing.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, it's just Taylor can never do anything right ever. And so.
You know what? She actually can't win. Like, Taylor, regardless of what she did, if she sat there stone-faced for everyone's performance, she would have been a cold bitch.
Yeah. If she had jump up and down and give Celine Dion the biggest hug possible.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you doing that?
She would have been a kiss ass.
Yeah. It's like, Celine Dion doesn't want to hug you.
Yeah.
Like, you're just Taylor Swift.
There is no winning.
Yeah.
And that, like, listen to any of her recent music, she's saying exactly that. Mm-hmm. She's saying, I've tried it all. Like, there is no, like, you can be the goodest of the good girls, and it's not, like, just be true to you.
Yeah.
And just be kind to people. That's all we got, folks, because we're women, and it's offensive.
How dare.
How dare.
How dare.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, I love when she announces new music. It's always really fun. And then she was like, well, it was also really awkward the way that she was, like, holding the Grammy, and, like,
what?
She held up, like, a 2, and I was like, now
that was a...
Now, let me tell you something about whatever Taylor Swift is doing is not accidental. Whatever she's doing up there, she has planned already.
Yeah.
And so if it looks a little weird, if it looks a little awkward, that's because she's talking to us. She's telling us something's happening here, and I want you to pay attention.
That's the fun of this.
Yeah.
Folks, that's the fun.
That's how we interact with her.
Yes.
And
how did she respond?
Well, she was like, well, that makes sense. And then I was like, well, we were really surprised because we thought it was going to be Reputation and not a brand new album. And then she said, oh, because she's recording her music so she can get more money. And I was like,
so she can get more money.
Let me tell you
the man, Alexa.
Let me tell you a story about a man named Scooter Braun. Gather around the campfire.
So she can get more money. Also, like, if a man did this.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the lyric?
Men have done. Men have done.
Yeah. She would
all
be
of the Beatles remastered music.
Beautiful.
What do you think that was?
She would be a brilliant businessman. This would be a brilliant business move, and she would be respected as such. But because she's a woman, she wants more money, and that's unseemly.
What a bitch.
Yeah. What a bitch.
Yeah.
This billionaire who, like, is
self-made,
renowned philanthropist. Like, okay, cool. I don't know. Yeah, women can't win.
Yeah, it's
On Our Best Behavior by Elise Lonan. I think I've mentioned it on the pod before, but it talks about the 7 deadly sins for women, and it's like, this isn't. There is no winning here.
Yeah,
pride, envy. Like, you just can't be good.
Just ways of punishing women.
Yeah. So I mean, just be you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's. If you don't like Taylor Swift, you don't have to love her. Nobody's asking you to, actually.
Yeah, I don't.
She's fine.
Like, I don't go up to people and like
she's good
ask
without your
questions
love.
about AC/DC or like, I don't know. Tell me more about Post Malone. Like, tell me what's going on with Post Malone. Like, I don't care. I just don't understand the fixation of other people's fixation on something that we like.
It's fascinating.
Yeah,
and I think it's all and I'm not the first person to say this, but like, this is like it's because she's a woman. It's because she's a white woman. And like, that's why it's fascinating that then they're asking me, it's all very meta. Like, what are you trying to say? It's internalized misogyny. Mm-hmm. It's misogyny. She can respond to feedback. She's grown. She's changed. Like, if it's legitimate feedback and criticism of like, hey, no, you need to grow and change in this way. She seems very receptive to that. Yeah.
But it's receptive in, like, I don't know, beliefs that she previously held that she doesn't hold anymore.
Yeah.
But also being like, this is the person that I am, and I'm not going to change it anymore. Like, I like to stand up and dance around at music shows. Like, I don't care what you think anymore.
And, like, that actually is truly her.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at, if you've seen any of the Eras tour, like, that's really, she's goofy.
She's silly goofy.
She's silly goofy, and she loves music, and she just wants to have a good time, and she wants to support other artists. Yeah. She's quoted as saying many times, right, that it irritates her how people don't sing along at award shows. This was not like a PR move.
Yes, and you can see, like, she is supporting every single artist, like, standing up for every artist, and standing up for Harry Styles, an ex-boyfriend, when people yelled at him when he was on stage. Like, she is doing what
she's just so visible. She's just so visible that there's no winning. There's nothing. Yeah, it's become this weird cultural thing that's just very interesting.
Yeah, I saw a great TikTok because Miley Cyrus had that amazing performance of Flowers.
Iconic.
Loved it. She looked like she was having the time of her life.
So
and
fun.
She has that moment where she's like, "You're acting like you don't know this song. Like, I know you know this song."
Hey, good point.
And someone had commented on like a TikTok of that and was like, yeah, no one, like, I can't believe everyone was just sitting down and not dancing. And then someone responded and was like, oh, but when Taylor Swift stands up and dances, you hate that? You hate that? So what's the right answer here?
Yeah, Miley called them out. We were all like, yeah, Miley's an incredible, strong woman. She's been through a lot. But then when Taylor is singing along, she's
like, sit down.
trying to get attention.
Tall woman.
I mean, cue the Barbie movie. Cue America Ferrera of like, there's just no winning. There is no winning. And Q, you're on your own, kid. Like, it's just, we should be mindful and we should be kind.
Yeah. Don't take up too much space, but always be grateful.
Yes. Don't take up too much space, but always be grateful. And it's, I think as long as we are being loving members of our society and as long as we are being our own authentic selves, that is actually the only way to win. Because you're going to lose regardless. Because you're a woman, you're going to lose. Because there's no right way to be a woman.
No.
And so somebody's going to hate it in some capacity.
Of course.
But you can win when it's authentic to you.
Yeah.
And
you got your girlies.
Yeah. And when you're surrounded by people who also are like, yeah, I don't know. It's not about winning. But this is just, there's such big concepts baked into these little conversations that people are having. And I'm interested in it all. It's a all of these. Oh, well, she's going to write an album about Travis when they break up.
Okay.
It's misogyny.
Yeah. I mean, what is Drake going to write an album about next?
It's going to be about the women he loved.
Yeah.
And
all the money he made.
Heart.
Yeah. All the women he fucked. Like, what's... That is such a common... It's like, all her songs are about boys. And it's like... First of all, that's not really true. And second of all...
Yeah, first of all, that shows that you haven't listened.
Even if it were true, who fucking cares? It's her life. It's her story. She's allowed to write about it.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not different than any other artist making music.
That's what's irritating, is that it's not any different than any other... And it's just not true. Like, listen to folklore.
Yeah,
like,
I know. That's always what I say. I'm like, if you don't really like the whole, like, breakup songs, love songs, whatever, check out Folklore Nevermore. It's all fictional. Like, it's fictional stories about teenagers falling in love, breaking up.
And then, with 1989, she's like, I write too many breakup songs. Okay, I'll write about
being in
moving to New York
yeah.
and having good times with my friends. Oh, if I have girlfriends, I'm spending too much time with my friends.
I'll stop doing that, too. I'll disappear, actually.
I'll disappear, yeah.
Oh, you don't like that either? Where's Taylor Swift?
Yeah. And now she's on the field for the AFC Championship. Oh, people, surprise, surprise, don't like that either.
You don't want to see her kiss her boyfriend? Oh, but when Brittany and Pat do it, that's okay?
That's adorable and like a wholesome family.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's really, this is why we identify on a much smaller scale with Taylor Swift, because we've experienced this.
Yeah, exactly.
We experience misogyny and patriarchy every day.
Every day.
Every fucking day. And it lives within us. We have internalized misogyny, and it like keeps us small and keeps us from living. And yeah, it's fascinating. And it's beautiful to watch Taylor. As a newer Swiftie, definitely new Swiftie. As a newer Swiftie, I love seeing her as a grown woman and seeing her courage.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
And it's really inspiring for like my teenagers who are big Taylor Swift fans, and they're like they're seeing it. They're like, oh, I'm allowed to take up space.
They're seeing it. They're seeing the grown up Taylor, and they're like, oh, it's why Gen Z, we're getting this like bold generation, and younger. Is it Gen Alpha? Gen
Alpha, AA.
Yes, they're getting. I don't know. These girlies are having courage. And I hope that they don't have to work through the same kind of shit that we had to work through. I don't know. I hope better.
Yeah, I think it'll be. It probably won't be easy, but it'll be different.
It won't be easy, but it'll be different. Yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah, we have many of our listeners are Swifties, and even folks who aren't. Y'all care about these things.
Yeah, you care about fucking the patriarchy.
Yes. So, y'all are welcome. Y'all are welcome to ask questions about what is on the New Heights podcast. What does he say? What does Jason say? There are no dumb there are no stupid questions.
No stupid questions.
Only stupid people. That's what these two No, that's not what we're saying.
No.
Less funny when it's from us.
Yeah, or if you have a misogynistic Taylor Swift story, like, let us know.
Yeah, we would do
Commiserate with us. I'm sure if you like her music, then you've experienced misogyny in some way.
Yes, you resonate. In some way.
But we do have a new album coming.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
We were gobsmacked.
Yeah, completely shocked.
Gobsmacked. Our friend Ashley screenshotted our conversation, like the in the moment announcement.
Yeah, and she posted on her Instagram.
And it was just us going,
it was just like, what's going on? I don't understand. I think mine said, someone shoot me.
Yes. It was just, I don't think people understand. And that's what your coworker was asking. Like, we were so ready for rep.
Yeah, and my hands were like shaking. I was like, I can't even type on my phone.
Yeah, it's going to be Reputation Taylor's version. Like that was every cue was...
Pictures are black and white for months.
Yes!
Her picture turns black and white the day of. And then she shows up wearing black and white. All of her friends are wearing black. Lana's wearing black, and she shows up with Lana as her date.
How could we have known? Like, and we know that Reputation is still... yeah, like, of course we're going to come to that conclusion.
And we know that Reputation is done because we've heard Delicate Taylor's version in Summer I Turn Pretty. So, like,
yes,
the music's done. We know
and
it's
she
there.
wore green. She wore the snake green to VMA's, golden, whatever.
Oh, the green dress.
For the snake.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, we have just... This was not an unfounded suspicion. And so then for it to be the longest album title... The Tortured Poets...
The Dead Poets
Society is what we all... Yeah, immediately.
That's all it's in my brain. The Dead Poets Society.
It was... please stop. Because I literally... It will be that forever in my brain.
I know. I have to picture the acronym. Like the TTDP.
But no,
then Tortured Poets Department.
Then I think the Summer I Turned Pretty. Yeah. Whenever I start it's the T and the P and the I can't. So, Tortured Poets Department.
The Dead Poets Society.
The Tortured Man's Club. We don't know, but we're stoked.
I'm so friggin' stoked.
The further we got away from our shock, the more excited we've gotten. New music is always exciting.
Oh, I know. And it's interesting. I mean, obviously Taylor never does anything without purpose. Yeah. You know, Cryptic and Machiavellian. Reputation is a Joe album. I imagine,
this is one of my favorite.
Yeah. So, I mean,
theories.
Very, very popular theory that she's like, I'll give you Reputation Taylor's version, but not until you know what this motherfucker did.
Yes! That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Because Reputation Taylor's version, we're going to get even deeper. We got Dress on Reputation. We got King of My Heart. We got a love song. Like, we got incredible, iconic songs, but they were all for Joe.
They're for Joe, but
we need present day update on Joe before we go back in time.
Yes, and then we reapply the songs to Travis because he does have blue eyes.
Obviously, yes,
and he's really tall.
Yeah, and he has a getaway car. He has a car.
He has a car.
He has a job. We're fans.
We love a man who has a full-time fucking job.
It's one of my favorite kinks.
Really?
Employed.
Yes, employed. That's actually first on the list.
It's hot.
Has a job. and a job that, like, where he does something completely different from her.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, like, we can't always make it to each other's stuff, but we're still supporting each other, and that's okay.
It's so
like,
sweet.
He's working. He can't come to Tokyo because he's working.
That's what's so beautiful.
He can't come to the Grammys because he is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. He's training for the Super Bowl.
We did get a track list for the Dead Poets Society. The Tortured Poets Department.
Stop it right now. I can't.
I'm so sorry.
The Dead Poet. The Tortured Poets Department.
Yes. Okay, so I'm actually...
Tell me your favorites. Mine is Olive Garden with Papa. I'm sorry, Florida.
My favorite song
is Piece of Bread to a Squirrel.
Piece of Bread to a Squirrel.
Squirrela. These are Travis Kelce tweets.
I'm so stoked for Post Malone.
I know!
Fortnite featuring Post Malone. That's gonna be... I hope it's a bop. Like, I'm really...
That would be really fun. He's got some great stuff.
I'm picturing, like, the first time you play Midnights and it's like Meet Me at Midnight, and it's like
yes,
that synth intro.
I could see Post Malone with the synth. Jack Antonoff knows.
I mean, yeah,
he knows what's going down here. Florence and the Machine.
I love Florence and the Machine.
She is, oh wow, some of her stuff, especially the mental health stuff. She's got some great. She will iconic. She'll
yes, be great. And it's interesting. A Florence and the Machine feature on a song that has 3 exclamation points in the title. Florida.
3 so we got slut. 3 exclamation points or 1 exclamation point. That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was like, wow, this is a song with an exclamation point. And that ended up being like the most delicate, beautiful.
Just like a word of waltzing to slut.
Yeah, exactly. That very strange. But Florida with 3 exclamation points makes me think
we're gonna shake our asses.
I
to Florence
sure
and the Machine.
Hope. I sure hope she's like, well, no, Florence and the Machine. Dog days are over. Like she's got some like.
True. She's got some Jack Antonoff.
Yeah, she's got some excited stuff. So IDK.
Okay. Track 5 being So Long London is devastating and horrifying to me. I'm worried.
We all heard. Now that we don't talk, we all heard.
Is it over now?
Oh my fucking god! Is it over now?
You're gonna bury Harry Styles, the man we all love.
We loved him.
We love him. And what are you gonna do to Joe, the guy we already fucking hate?
The guy. We were pretty ambivalent to. You were ambivalent. We were.
She's happy. Whatever.
Yeah. No, look. We're not saying it didn't matter. We're not saying they didn't love each other.
Of course they did.
There's a time for everything. But I think he's a piece of shit.
That's right. Unemployed piece of shit.
Taylor, I respect you and your decisions. And at the same time,
and that's not to say that I wouldn't make the same exact mistake. Like,
oh, what did you say? What remember in Nashville night 2 when we were there? Whenever we thought she was with, he's not my real dad. And then she's remember what the girl next to us said?
Like, hey, if I just got out of a 6-year-long relationship, that's exactly the fucking guy that I'm dating. Just like a horrible, monstrous bridge troll.
She's like dead serious. She was like, I don't judge her for 1 second.
He does cocaine on the weekends.
She's like, that's exactly who I would be.
Never had a shower in his life.
And in the same breath, yes, Joe, it's like, well, she was at the rock bottom of life. She was like, none of it's real. None of it matters.
Yeah, and she's like,
he's paying attention to me.
Yes, and he has a normal life. Like,
and he doesn't care if I am good at this.
Yes, so her world was crumbling, and she found this guy. She met him in a bar, like a normal person would meet someone, and she's like, he actually has a normal life. Nobody knows who he is, and he wants to like hang out with me. Yeah, yes, I love him.
So like, any hate that we direct towards Joe Alwyn, we're like, but girl, we get it.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no judgment to Taylor.
No, I judge him. He fumbled the bag. Yeah. Clearly.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Don't lock her up.
But Daddy, I love him. So fucking relatable.
I can fix him.
No. Wait,
parentheses.
No, really, I can.
These are the
whomst among us.
Yeah. This is about Joe Alwyn. But like, y'all, for context, these are all song names. This is the track list.
Yeah.
In case you thought we were just saying we could fix Joe Alwyn, we did not think that.
I'm not interested in fixing Joe Alwyn.
Mm-hmm.
So fresh.
I'm not interested in a Tamlin redemption arc.
No, thank you. Actually, fresh off the Slammer. So when I first saw that title, I was like, "That's interesting." I wonder. I can't imagine what that would be. And then I saw someone tweet Taylor going from "He can be my jailer."
Yes, Bertram to his Taylor.
Yes, and then saying, "I will never get those years that I spent locked up."
In the time interview.
Yes. And then go and having a song called "Fresh Out the Slammer." I was like, "Oh,
the metaphor is complete."
We're
hearing what you're saying, Taylor.
We gotcha.
We got it.
He didn't want to let you fucking out.
My favorite theory. Not theory. Observation. Actually,
observation.
April the 19th was the day of the was it the first battle of the American Revolution?
That was when the day the American Revolution started.
Freedom. You know I love a football. What is it? You know I love a football boy. America.
Football. Yeah.
American football.
She has freed herself from British tyranny.
I mean, we were already making the jokes when she started dating a football player, but to release it on April 19th.
She hears us making the jokes, and she's like, "That's fucking funny."
I think we make her material for her sometimes.
She's like, "That's fucking funny." Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put it out on the day of the American Revolution.
She's so smart. Cryptic and no, this is just straight on the nose, actually. It's also National Cat Day and like National Songwriters Day, but it's definitely the first day of the fucking American Revolution.
Yeah, and then I saw so there's a song on here called "I Can Do It with a Broken Heart," and so she said at one of the Tokyo nights that she had started working on it right after she turned in Midnights. And she's been working on it for 2 years.
God, all through the Eras tour.
All through the Eras tour. And so I saw someone say that has got to be about starting the Eras tour, knowing that she and Joe had already been broken up, but we didn't know that yet.
We didn't. That was a fucking bonkers way to start a tour.
Yeah.
That was wild. I didn't even know that I was going with you yet. And I was like, did they break up? Like, she's just doing a tour though. Like but that's the point. She was fresh out of the Slammer.
She's fresh out. It was Slammer.
Actually
she's
like, beautiful.
No, I actually am gonna go on tour, and I guess you just can't be a part of it then.
And a world record breaking tour, it still is
and will be,
has been, is, and will continue to be as of this day. Like that's what's wild. It's just, I mean, you know, we LOL about Karma as the guy on the Chiefs and karma. No, like this is some weird karma.
Karma is her boyfriend. She knows it.
It is like, if you think of her story arc and like everything she's been through, and to be enjoying this level of, that's what people who are not Swifties don't understand. The level of success that she's enjoying now is in contrast to what she's been through.
Yes, and why feeling like so she's allowed to enjoy what she's doing and
be seen.
Yeah,
and
like she keeps saying, "I love doing this. I love it.
Reward
please
is
let
the work.
me keep doing this." Yeah.
It's like, actually, we would love for you to immediately in the pre-order line for the Torture Post.
Got that fucking 30-minute wait for my album.
I waited. Yeah, it just stayed on 16 minutes for like 3 hours.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did the next morning.
Oh, the next morning.
Yeah, pre-ordered. Vinyl.
Nice.
Gotta.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up
with something short and spicy.
The
spiciness today has been our hot takes.
Feminist rage.
As per usual, actually. Last week,
alternate title of this podcast: 2 girls losing their minds.
2 girls losing their minds. It was butt sex and 3-part harmony at one point. Our spice takes different flavors.
That's right.
Different varieties.
We contain multitudes.
We're like a special edition of Tahine.
Okay, Anna, are you ready?
I am actually born ready.
This is actually pretty on theme, I feel like.
Read the title again. That's all I've heard.
You don't like your boyfriend seeing me braless in the dorm? Then he won't.
Then he won't. a little Reddit thread here.
That's right.
Excellent.
I live in a college dorm on an all-female floor. I usually wear a bra if leaving the dorm building, but I'm not going to put on a bra under my shirt just to walk down the hall to the bathroom. I'm not going to put on a bra at all, actually.
Let me tell you the times that I'm not going to put on a bra. Most of the time.
Most of the time. And especially in the place that I live.
Also, why is she explaining that? Oh, my God.
Yeah. A few days
ago. I'm not going to put on a bra. Okay, girly.
Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. Again, college.
A few days ago, I left my room and walked 10 yards down the hall to the water fountain, refilled my water bottle, and went back to my room. I was wearing a white tank top and no bra. The tank top was fitted but not see-through, so you could only see the outline of my nipples. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I'm sure because she's in college, they're like perky and amazing.
Yeah, she probably looked incredible.
She's 19.
Yeah. Little party hats.
There was a small group of people hanging out in the hall outside a few of the rooms, but I didn't think much of it until half an hour later when I got a knock at the door from one of the girls I'd seen in the hallway. She said something to the effect of, "Hey, so sorry to ask you this, but if you got into the hall again, could you put a bra on? My boyfriend's out there, and he was staring a little, so..." That's your boyfriend's problem.
Oh, this is on topic, actually.
That belongs...
This is congruent with our discussion.
Oh, that belongs to your boyfriend.
What? She's learned that. She's learned that from somewhere. She's learned that from an older woman.
Yeah.
That is his business.
Tell him to stop.
Also, if you feel that way, do not put that onto another woman.
No.
You, little missy,
she's like,
need to discuss that with him if that bothers you.
Thirsty. Also,
if I've been married for 100 years. Like, he's gonna look.
Who fucking cares?
We're watching Friends, and
their nipples
headlights.
are out.
Yes, yes. Women's bodies are beautiful.
Yes,
that doesn't threaten me.
You have nipples. Congrats.
We've got nipples.
We got them.
It's great. Oh, that makes me so angry.
I know. I'm super non-confrontational, so I was like, yeah, sure, sorry. Which, relatable, honestly. And for the rest of the night, anytime I left my room, I put on a bra or a sweater.
Oh.
And that was the end of it, or so I thought. The next day, my roommate told me she'd overheard the girl telling a few of her friends about the incident while in the bathroom. She said the girl was making it sound like I'd been purposefully trying to seduce her boyfriend, wearing basically nothing,
She was naked.
Yeah, in her tank top and short and leggings. I'm sure she was wearing.
Yeah.
Taking my time at the water fountain, posing to push out my tits.
What?
The whole works.
Posing.
Okay, so this girl, the other girl, is obviously deeply insecure. And
to put that on another girly, though.
I mean, she is clearly not in a healthy relationship with her boyfriend and doesn't have a healthy relationship with her own body.
Yeah, really. And other women, because we project that on other women's bodies. Oh.
When she left the bathroom, my roommate said the girl was actually acting it out at the water fountain, pretending to be me. That night,
I will cut a bitch. I'm furious.
Don't piss off Anna.
Yeah, really.
That night,
well, no, don't piss off my friend. This girlie's my friend now.
That's right. She's one of us.
She's one of us.
That night, I passed the girl and some of her friends on my way to brush my teeth. I wasn't wearing a bra. I was already in my pajamas. The girl looked pointedly down at my chest, and all of them started giggling. Oh, fucking nightmare.
Oh, that's humiliating. That's a baloney barb. That's,
Oh, hate it.
Ouch.
But the last straw was when the entire dorm got an email from the RA yesterday saying she'd gotten some anonymous complaints about people dressing inappropriately in the hallways and asking that we all just make sure we keep things covered up.
She lives there.
Yeah,
she's in her jammies.
Do you, like, even when I'm, like, I don't know, at my house and I've got people over, like, I'm not wearing a bra. Especially if it's, like, late. We're watching a movie, it's late at night. No.
It's, like, I mean, I think many folks here are familiar with the human breast. Brandon will be the only one maybe less familiar, and he's not here right now, but like that you can't tell.
Who cares if you can?
And who cares if you can? It's a boob.
It's what is it? Heavy sacks of yellow fat.
Heavy boobs.
Heavy boobs.
Big sacks of yellow fat.
Exactly.
It's just it absolutely. It doesn't blow my mind. It's how I grew up, but it's just still deeply problematic.
So here's where I got my petty revenge.
Oh, good. I thought that's where this ended. Demon emoji.
That's right. I knew that the girl's boyfriend doesn't go to college here, and the girl and I were in the same orientation group and chatted a bit back then. I also knew that due to the pandemic, we weren't allowed to have non-student/family guests in the dorms this year. So I used the same anonymous complaint form to issue a complaint about people bringing their off-campus boyfriends into our dorm and them not wearing a mask. Masks are mandatory in the hallways, although not frequently enforced. This morning, the RA emailed again saying that due to anonymous complaints, they'd be enforcing the no off-campus guests rule by checking IDs of unfamiliar guests to make sure they're students from then on.
I'm going to protect your boyfriend from my nipples.
Yeah, I'm going to actually protect his eyes so he doesn't sin anymore.
He really, I am concerned.
I'm concerned.
For your boyfriend's purity. So I'm going to keep him out of your bed.
Really? This girl should be thanking me. If she was concerned about her boyfriend seeing the vague outline of my tits in the dorm hallways, she no longer needs to worry.
That was so helpful.
It seems like your boyfriend can't control his eyes, so I'm just going to make sure that he doesn't have to look at it.
Because since that is our responsibility
to protect men's eyes,
I will help.
He's not going to stumble anymore.
Yeah, I will help you out with that, and I will ensure that he is no longer coming around me, the stumbling block.
If you are in a relationship where you feel like you have to tell someone to change what they're doing because you're worried your boyfriend is going to be unfaithful to you,
nope.
The problem is not that other person. It is not that other person's fault.
The call is coming from within the house.
The call is coming from inside the house.
The call is coming from inside. First of all, if we were to do what I just so dearly love to do with clients, if we were to draw some what is it? Zones of control, locus of control wheels.
Locus of control.
Yeah, like let's draw this out. None of this belongs to you, the girlfriend. That your health of the relationship and your own insecurities definitely does belong to you.
And the other person that doesn't know you at all, definitely doesn't belong to them.
Definitely is outside of your circle. You know what? Outside of the relationship entirely, actually.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend's eyes, interestingly enough, they also don't belong to you.
They belong to him.
They belong to him, and that's his responsibility. Your feelings about what his eyes are doing, those belong to you.
And that is where you can say, hey, can you try not to look at her boobs?
Also, his eyes belong to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you can't control that. And so maybe if that really deeply disturbs you that he will be around other women at some point, maybe that's something to consider. Maybe that's something to look within.
Maybe that's something that you need to figure out.
Yeah, maybe.
Just something.
Like, Jay would never, like respectfully, he would never do that in front of me.
Yeah, I mean...
Also, I doubt that this guy did.
I mean, we don't even know his perspective. Like, he's probably like...
He probably did not
Who are you talking about?
Oh,
like,
honestly.
He probably was, like, on his phone watching whatever sports highlights were on there. Like, I mean, yeah, I've just never... I mean, this is just me being inexperienced, but I've never experienced not trusting my partner at all.
Yeah.
And so it's like...
I wish I would have not trusted. God, so gullible.
Yeah, but twice. I see, like, these, like, especially in younger people's relationships where they're, like, go through each other's phones and, like, all this stuff. And it's like, dude, if you can't trust them, if you have to go through their phone, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Like,
to be clear, this has never happened with Jay. This was past relationships. But, yeah, it's a wild... I just think red flags. True, genuine red flags. And it's something to look within. Like, why is this bothering you so much? Why is there really something to be hypervigilant about? If there is something to be hypervigilant about in his behavior, let's talk to him.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's
talk about it together.
Mm-hmm.
That belongs to you to express. I don't know. It's so fucked up, and it starts so early.
Yeah.
And it's misogyny, and it's rape culture too, saying that women's bodies are responsible for men's actions, and they're not. Well,
and that anyone can comment on your body at all. Like, being a woman and just like it's just normal that someone says something about your body at any point during the day.
It's just open for discussion.
Yeah,
I've tried to explain this to Jay. Just like, I don't think you understand. I know you don't, but like, let me explain it from this angle of anywhere you go at any point, men and women are always, anyone, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, looking at my body.
Yes.
Because I am a public commodity. And people feel, and part of it is my age. My therapist encourages me that I will reach an age when I will become invisible, and I'm looking forward to that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, she's like, no, there is a point.
I'm about to hit 30. Maybe that'll be the magic year when nobody will look at me.
Maybe that's the time when like people stop feeling that my body is just open for public scrutiny. It's so upsetting.
It's horrifying.
Starts so early. It starts when girls are really little, and it's really gross. It's really uncomfortable and painful to live within, and the last thing we need is other women making that harder.
Yeah, absolutely not. Another short and spicy that is not short.
Us?
What? We had things to say.
We had things to say about this?
Oh my God.
Well, I hope you'll enjoy. This was short and spicy in the sense that hot takes.
Yes. Spicy in our feelings.
Spicy in our feelings, which we know y'all love. We love it. We have things to say.
That's right. Thank you so much for listening. If you like these short and spicy episodes, leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcast. You can always send us an email with your dating stories, your thoughts, your complaints, your feelings.
By all means. Yes, to be featured on the short and the spicy.
Yes, absolutely.
Y'all, next week we are reviewing.
Y'all.
Drum roll.
I don't have.
Oh, do we have a drum roll?
Yeah.
Bride by Ali Hazelwood.
Bride! Dude, if you haven't read this book...
We've already finished it.
I read it in 2 days. Like, probably with, like, amassed to maybe, like, 4 hours total of my life that I would like to relive.
It went by a little too fast. I'm going to
have to go revisit some stuff.
If you know what I mean.
Yes. So, please go pick it up. Kindle version, real version, whatever. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. It's her first romantasy.
Yes.
You will not be disappointed.
I was texting Katie Bird about it, and I was like, I think you know where this is going to go, but, like, it's so good.
It's so much dirtier than I ever would have imagined.
And Ali Hazelwood, like, this might be the dirtiest yet.
It's fucking filthy, y'all.
If you already love Ali Hazelwood.
If you love her writing.
If you love romantasy, this is the intersection for you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
She's found her calling.
So next week's episode will be on Bride. So grab the book and read it.
Vampires in STEM.
Get ready. I'm so excited to talk about it. Like, I've been grinning for 2 days straight.
Yes. It's excellent, y'all. We cannot wait to read it with you. We know you've loved our other Ali Hazelwood episodes. The enthusiasm is contagious.
Yes, it's so good.
Enjoy. Y'all, they're in the future. Our listeners are in the future right now, so they know what happened at the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, you're right.
I know.
I hope we're happy.
I hope we're happy. I hope the future us, I hope the future we are dancing with the future y'all.
Yes, true. All right, follow us on socials, @Smiles Together with Friends. And until next time, fuck the patriarchy.
Patriarchy.